Hello and welcome back to another Gran Turismo 7 video. Today it is Brands Hatch Group 4 cars and it is a 50-second lapped event with 10 laps. We introduce the spectating camera and move up already into 12th. Get the overtake done there. Now, as you can see from the spectating camera, loads of contact, and in a moment you'll see a yellow Subaru flying across the screen just now. So take a look at the old dirty driver cam and see what on earth went on. So a little bit of contact there, which they're both still on track. You know, cool. The yellow driver was not impressed, so sends him to the edge of the track, and now this blue Subaru driver just thought, nah, get off and then go and cut the grass. Well, at least I wasn't part of that then. So we move on to P12. Now it's lap 2. We got a corral there in the Subaru S40, and it's just a matter of trying to catch up now and using this Suzuki front wheel drive capabilities to get around the corners, which again I didn't really see anyone use this particular car. So if you do want to try it out, give it a go. It actually is a lot of fun using this car, considering everyone is just using the Subaru, as you can see throughout the whole lobby. But we get the inside overtake done, so into P11 now for the last corner for the beginning of lap 3. So we'll jump ahead a little bit now. Lap 4, still in P11. We've got obviously a little bit of a gap to the car in front, and then obviously we've got a big kind of pack behind us. But you know, we've got Edu there, who we are trying to catch up with, and again a whole pack of cars in front, so we get a good exit out of the last corner there, so it allows us to creep up behind of Edu and hopefully have enough speed to get an outside maneuver done. But I don't think we will. He'll brake there and we'll have to just tuck him behind to not obviously ruin anyone's race. Now this is again the COD lobby has also resumed, so definitely a bit confusing about what game we're actually playing, but it is what it is. It happens, especially in these type of events and races. Everything's close quarters. The day it does go smooth, you're buying the lottery ticket now. So, well, yeah, it is lap 6 coming up right now, and again trying to get a run on Edu there, but he just sticks to the inside, defends extremely well, and obviously props to Edu there for actually just being alert and defending. Obviously 6th place is obviously quite hard to keep making up places, so more defending than actual attacking. Thought about a move there, but it just wasn't really happening, was it? Run a little bit wide. Now lap 7, P7, and Edu there doesn't actually defend. He goes a little bit wide, misses the apex, but I mean, we don't really capitalise on that. But you know, we brake quite late, almost into the back of Edu, but it allows us to actually now get onto the back of P6 now. So do I go for the move? No, it just doesn't open up enough for me to warrant a dive bomb. But you know, bit of patience. Still got 3 laps to go. Obviously this is again a 48, 49, 50 second lap. He does go wide now, and it does allow us to catch up, get a really good run for the main straight, try and use as what slipstream we can, moving up on the inside, trying to push him without using any physical contact to the outside. We get the maneuver done, so actually well done to us. We're in the P6 now with 2 laps to go. It should be quite easy sailing from here. Defend the inside line. Again, a lot of drivers do this on this particular daily race, so you know you'll be doing a lot of defending. Now lap 9, and as we come around the first corner, we hit the grass there, and you can carry quite a bit of speed through because that dip just at the bottom there actually pulls the car in, so actually you shouldn't really be running wide. But as you can see, you know, we've got the Genesis and then the Subaru behind, so you know, we've got a couple of cars. The Subaru actually overtaking the Genesis right there, so he actually got that maneuver done, so fair play, of course. Now as we approach the last corner, it's just again a matter of just defending this inside and being smooth and not allowing anyone to get a better exit. Now, it's the final lap. P6, obviously P5, and 5 to first is way up the road. This is the battle now. Battle for P6. And we've opened a bit of a gap to the few cars behind. So again, just straight to the inside. Get around the corner as quick as possible. Try not to over rev and just understeer the car, allowing the tyres to slip. So take that corner pretty nicely, I think. And we only got a couple of corners now, so it looks like an easy victory. To be honest, it looks like we're going to get it. But of course, you know, ramping up on these curbs do not help, and taking awful lines as a result of bumping up onto that curb. And again, awful line through there, so we actually lose a position, unfortunately. But we will jump into the next race and see how well we get on. That's very annoying. So, race 2 is coming up, but first it's now the qualifying. So, lap 1, we set a previous record of 48 seconds, 0.737. Now, let's see in the first lap of the second event if we can actually beat that time. Obviously no ghost to compare it to, as it's a fresh new session, but like I said before in the previous race, that this Suzuki, although it may not be the strongest in qualifying, it definitely is pretty good actually during the race itself. But as we come around the last corner here, let's see how well we get on. So 48.5, so we do beat it. Now lap 6, we are on a bit of a stinker at the moment, but we do actually get a good final line here, and this cutting inside and then accelerating quicker and earlier allows us to actually get an advantage on the ghost. But the session ends anyway. Race 2, this particular race I'm not really proud of, but it does demonstrate the sometimes annoyance with Gran Turismo 7, and I think it's important to show as well. Anyway, well, that will come a bit later on. But move up into P13 and back down into 14th. Einhorn right there gets maneuver done. I do tap him just a tad. Nothing too sinister though. But lap 2, the Genesis there is actually on the inside. The Subaru behind actually gets a really clever move whilst we're battling that. The Genesis, he actually gets manoeuvred on the inside, but we do take the position back quite fair and square. Now, as we proceed forward, we still remain in P13, trying everything he can to get the overtake done. But we jump forward, and this is kind of like where it all happens, I guess. So yeah, we're in P11. I believe there was a bit of a yellow flag back there. Anyway, so I moved to the inside. Subaru then barges his way through. I was like, nah, I'm not having any of that. Do the same thing to him. And this is literally why retaliation exists, because of things like this. We would both just annoy each other, and then I just get shoved right off the track. Kind of lucky actually, right there. I hit the wall and then it actually pings me around the wall. So we're actually still remaining 13th. So not really too sure what's up with the odd physics there, but I don't really know. It kind of worked out in our favour. Now we're in lap 6. There's a yellow flag again. So we actually move up another position. The Subaru there doing some gym car and stuff. And again, we jump forward. And lap 10 to conclude the race. So we finish in P12. So let's jump into the final race, see what happens. So, last race. Again, using the Suzuki Swift. And starting in 6th, obviously lap 1, we have got the Alfa Romeo in front, Genesis, a couple of Subarus, and again another Genesis in front. Now, what you're about to witness in a couple of seconds is literally the definition of karma, and this will be used in study books across the world. So, keep an eye on the 2 Subarus up there. So Julian there just flies across the track, takes out the yellow Subaru. Julian then does recover, however, the Genesis there does just do a pit maneuver and takes them out. So we watch the karma cam from the Genesis here. Obviously Julian takes the yellow Subaru out, does recover, does actually come out of invincibility, then goes back into it, and it comes out and then it gets taken out. So karma right there at its finest work. So allows us to move up into a couple of positions. So moved up into 4th now for the beginning of lap 2. We do actually move alongside and get past Jimmy there, or JMI, so allows us to actually creep up into 3rd position. So we're just actually now on the tail of this Alfa Romeo watch, which surprisingly it actually looks pretty good around the track. To be honest, I wasn't actually expecting that, but yeah, driven correctly, I guess looks like it's a good solid choice. So lap 3 now, and again just trying to catch up to this Alfa, just trying to see if he will make any sort of mistakes, look at any weak points with his game there. But you know, does pretty well, defends the inside line, takes the corners nice and well, so nothing at the moment. Now obviously it being Gran Turismo, sort of anything can happen, and of course it being Gran Turismo, something obviously will happen. Now skip ahead just a tad there, still lap 3, P3. As you can see, the Alfa Romeo of Tocata class. Wow, that's probably not even how you say the name, but does actually just dab on the brakes a bit too much, and I'll just catch up back there. But we are now on lap 4, still in P3, going around that hairpin at the bottom of the curve, round just back there. Now, again, we're not driving the best or the smoothest for that matter, and once again, as we jump forward, again we're on the tail of P2 here. The Spanish driver, do give him a little tap, but throttle enough just so we can still keep the position, but where we don't compromise ourselves as much. So allows us to be on the tail, don't really go for the slipstream. He's obviously going to defend the inside line there, perhaps brake a bit early, which it looks like he does, and allows us to, we carry a lot of speed, and we make a move on the inside here. Allows us to actually make the move, but we do creep back into 3rd place, so we temporarily had 2nd. So I reckon we could do that again with a bit more commitment. We can actually take the 2nd place and actually finish a bit further up on the podium. Now we again are going around at the final corner for the end of lap 6, start at lap 7, again in P3. Let's see what Toka does here. Again, he brakes a bit early, but look how much speed, well, much more speed we're carrying. And now I actually go for the outside overtake, get the manoeuvre done, and then slam on the inside. Does give us a little tap if you heard just there. So he does actually creep back in. A bit naughty that was, I would say, but I mean, you know, we all done naughty things, I guess. Now look at the radar here. We do have that Genesis behind, and you know, right on the tail, which with this race everything is very close quarters. So you know, now we have another contender at least that's fighting for a podium finish. Now lap 8, P3. Wow, what's up with my voice? Yeah, so we are defending now from the Genesis, and we get the actual job done, so no passing there from the Genesis, so remaining P3, but I don't want to be defending. I want to be on the attack. I need to get away from the Genesis is ideally what I want to do, and I know the Suzuki's pretty good for pulling away and go around the corners, so we get that done. And lap 9 now, the Alfa Romeo does brake quite hard and runs quite wide, allows us to really catch up, and this is the opportunity we pounce. Surprised he didn't defend the inside line, as he has done so much throughout this race. But we're into P2, which is great news for us. We've got that manoeuvre done, which is great. After a lot of laps doing the same back and forth, defending the inside, trying to attack, we finally get it done. So now we just need to maintain this last lap for P2. They are about just over half a second behind now. So as far as I can tell, as long as we can keep a good race, we should have this in the bag for a P2 podium finish. So just take that hairpin there. Again, just over a second now they are behind. So doing a good job. I reckon they're probably both battling out, slowing each other down, which is not what they need. And as we again go around this last corner just here for the finish, they are just under a second away from me, so definitely in the bag. And there we go, a P2 finish. Hard, sweaty battle, but yeah, we got it. If you enjoyed the video, want to see more, let me know down below. Please like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.